Hi, I'm Nancy, and today I have with me Charli Marie.
Hi.
She is a blogger, designer, and web developer. Can I call you a web developer?
You can call me a web developer. I develop websites, so
Great.
it makes sense. Yeah.
Awesome. She's originally from New Zealand, but now she's living in the UK, and she travels frequently for her work. So that means she's working remotely a lot of times. She's got all of her gear with her, and she's at the airport with her laptop doing the things and getting it done. So today I'm going to ask her some questions about how she does that and how she handles that and working with clients and her job.
Perfect.
All right, so tell me about the remote life.
I love remote life, to be honest. I work at a company that is fully remote, so we don't have any offices anywhere in the world. Everyone works from home or from Airbnbs in New York, like I am right now. It really suits me because I work really well on my own. That's how I concentrate best and how I get more stuff done. So I feel like I'm doing my best work at this job as opposed to other ones, just because of that focus and concentration time. Yeah.
When you do work remotely, is there certain gear that you take with you?
Yes, so when I go on trips, because I like to make use of this fact that I can work from anywhere, right? So I will travel a lot, and instead of just doing the thing where you stay in a city and sightsee, I will stay in a city and work for the week, basically, which sounds really boring to some people, I'm sure, but I find it fun. So I have, when I'm at home, I work on a 15-inch MacBook Pro, but when I travel, I work on a 12-inch MacBook because it's much lighter, much more portable. So that's like my travel computer, I guess.
Oh, nice,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
How does it work for memory and speed and all of that?
I've got the base model, so it's not the best. It could be, I could definitely improve it, but it's absolutely fine for using for a couple of weeks at a time. I think the longest I've used it for has been a 3-week stint. Yeah.
And do you keep the files locally, or do you keep them on an external hard drive?
That is a good question. I use Dropbox for my files because that way it's really easy for me to sync between my two machines.
Right.
I started off actually just like airdropping the files that I needed to the small computer whenever I was transferring over to it, and that just firstly filled up the small computer really fast and made files get really out of sync and out of date. So yeah, Dropbox has been really handy for me for that.
So you work from the Airbnbs and the hotels and whatnot, and sometimes you like to go out to cafes and work.
I do.
How does that work out? I mean, do you ever run into cafe owners who just say, you've been here way too long, you need to go? How does that happen?
So I'm very selective about which cafes I work in because I don't want to work somewhere where I feel like I shouldn't be there. I don't think that's conducive to a good working environment, right?
Right.
So I like to, whether I'm in London at home or traveling, I like to Google for cafes, coffee shops working in, basically, and see what other people recommend. I think if you go into a coffee shop and there's someone else on their laptop there, that's a good sign because it means, right, okay, this is allowed here, sort of thing. I think the general rule is to buy a coffee every couple of hours, or buy something so that you're actually paying for the space you're sitting in. And some of the cafes that I like to work in London, one called Timby Art in particular does it really well, where someone will come around with an iPad and you can order directly from them without having to get up from your seat.
Oh, that's nice.
So it's kind of like a hint, you should order something now, but also making it really easy for you to actually do that.
You don't have to take your computer with you up to the barista and place your order.
Yeah.
So speaking of taking your computer with you, when you have to, make your calls, do you leave your things at the table?
I hate doing that. I see people do it all the time where they just trust strangers with it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I will do that only if I'm in London though, because I feel like it's safer there. It's my home, and if something happened, I'm there, I can call the police or whatever and get it sorted out. Right. I don't like doing it at all if I'm traveling. I tend to go to a coffee shop for maybe a stint, and then when I need to use the bathroom, that's when I leave. Sort of thing. If I'm not with a friend. So yeah.
I would be like tiny bladder syndrome. Gotta go. So you mentioned coffee shops and looking them up and getting reviews from your friends and whatnot. When you plan your trips, do you plan where you're going to stay based on the coffee shop?
This New York trip I did because there was a coffee shop that we went to today actually that I really liked last time, but usually I just trust that I will find something somewhere. So, yeah.
And tell me, what is the perfect coffee shop? What does the perfect coffee shop have for the remote worker?
Okay, the music isn't too loud, so that you can take a video call if you need to. Has tables and chairs rather than like just stools or just sofas or something like that.
Yeah.
But you want to sit in a proper chair.
Yeah.
If it has an outlet, that is ideal. But I actually have a pretty robust battery pack that I can charge my little 12-inch MacBook from.
Oh,
so
cool.
yeah, that's really handy for coffee shop working times.
What kind of battery is it?
It's like an external battery pack, but it's just a really big one. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
What else might it have? I think those are the main things. Good coffee, ideally.
Oh yeah.
But I can, I like coffee, but I also like tea, and there's always something else I can drink, or, you know, eat a muffin or something like that. So that's not that cute for me.
Any key pastries?
Key pastries? A good croissant. Good almond croissant.
Nice. What about temperature? Is there a certain temperature?
That the pastry has to be?
Well, you can heat it maybe. I don't know.
The coffee shop?
Yeah.
I would say good room temperature, like not too hot, not too cold. Because again, you don't want to be thinking about anything but the work you're doing, so you want to be comfortable.
Just right.
Just right. Goldilocks.
Yes, exactly. I know. I love. I'm very particular about where I work.
Okay.
And like when I go to the bagel shop in the mornings, you know, I do a lot of, do lettering or whatever. And I like to sit at my particular table next to the window, and I can't be too loud or too noisy. And I just found that I'm just like so picky now.
Yeah. Well,
but,
you can be.
Yeah, exactly.
If you found the perfect place, why settle for anything else?
Exactly. Just go find a new place.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, with that in mind, I think next time I'm going to look around my hometown and see if I can find, great coffee shops. And
try some out.
Review them all and see what they're like.
That'd be great.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you very much for telling us all about your remote lifestyle. Anything you'd like to add?
I would say that if you are considering a remote job, go for it. If you feel like you're the type of person who can work by yourself really well and not need other people around you to motivate you, then it could suit you perfectly.
Oh, one more question.
Oh, okay.
How do you find those remote jobs?
Well, there is Remote OK is a website where you can find remote jobs. There's a lot on Dribble too for design jobs in particular. I don't know. There's quite a few job boards for remote jobs these days because I think it's becoming more and more popular. So keep an eye out for them.
And more acceptable. All right. So where can people go to find you if they want to learn more?
You could head to Charli TV. That is my YouTube channel. You could also follow me on Twitter. I'm at Charli Prangley on there, and I like to tweet a lot. So don't turn your notifications on.
Tweets all day. All right. Well, thank you very much for being here and telling us everything you just told us.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.